March has always been my least favourite month. It is, in theory, the start of spring, bringing blossom and newborn lambs and blue skies. What we get here in the north of England, though, tends to be blisteringly cold winds and often a fresh flurry of snow. When spring has been promised, this is a month that often ends up feeling like a betrayal instead. It was -7 out there this morning, which is colder than it has been for a while. There are just a couple of days of February left now, and really I'm trying to enjoy the cold as much as possible because it really is beautiful out there, and this very much feels like the last gasp of winter now. There are definitely a lot of signs of spring. The bird song is so loud this morning. I just stood out in the garden for several minutes just listening to the array of different songs. And that's something I've really noticed over the last couple of weeks. It has picked up incredibly since the start of the year. I definitely don't feel we are out of the woods with winter yet. It's not just the cold, there is probably a lot of rain and stormy weather on the way. That is often what we get in March. But I did hear the curlews this morning. I've been hearing them a lot this week, and they are always a really sure sign of spring for me. The biggest sign of spring to me, and the one that seems to be the least dependent on the weather, is the arrival of the curlews. These wading birds spend their winters in milder places along the coast, then come inland in early spring to start nesting in upland areas. They are, on the surface, not the most interesting birds, being a dull mottled brown with a long curved beak. But the call they make is extraordinary, lilting and melancholy and distinctive. And hearing it is always a reminder to me both that spring is here and that I'm surrounded by the hills I love so much. We are technically a few days into spring now, but I have to say it doesn't feel like it. It is so cold and grey out there, and it is absolutely blowing a gale. The forecast is for some better weather later this week, and I'm really looking forward to that. But right now we have got work to do outside, so I have to get wrapped up. The plan this morning is to do some more stone walling around the top of the barn. You can see the scaffolding up there. That is for our roofers who are supposed to be coming in the next week or so. But there are lots of sections where the stone wall just needs finishing off, and we're going to be working on that today. Okay, the scarf is on, the hat is on, my coat is out in the shed. Let's get the day started. It is really, really lovely out this morning and incredibly bright. I'm struggling to look at the camera. The birds are singing, the sky is blue. It actually feels properly like spring today. I'm here around the back of the barn where we're going to be working again today. We are finishing off the very top of this wall. There was just a little bit of walling to do all the way along. This has been one of those jobs that has been ongoing, probably for the last 18 months now, in between other things. So we're going to be very glad when it's done. Honestly, I would quite like to just sit outside with a cup of tea and a book this morning. It is so lovely. But as you can see behind me, there is a lot of work to be done. because it is so beautiful this morning and it feels so spring-like. Honestly, this is what I have been waiting for. I've been showing you footage of grey skies, even of snow, but we are well into March now and it is finally feeling like the season is turning. Now that doesn't mean it will necessarily stay. It is going to be much colder next week. But for just a couple of days, I can revel in the sunshine and really soak up the warmth. And this is a good reminder of what the next season is going to bring. So thank you for joining me. If it is spring where you are, I hope it is treating you well. I can't wait to see a bit more sunshine over the coming weeks. I want to spend lots of time outside, get out into the hills, work on the barn, and of course, spend lots of time just soaking up the peace and quiet of the countryside. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.